What about yourself, George? I mean, you're in the same room with him. So.
Well, it's part of the promotion, you know. But I don't hate him. I don't think he hate me. It's nothing personal. It's business. For sure, when we take pictures at 1 inch of each other, it's not so fun because we're gonna fight each other. You know, we're not friends. But after that fight, I'm gonna shake hand, and the best guy will win.
Now, BJ, I mean, we saw Georges St. Pierre's fight versus John Fitch. He went into some uncharted waters. It was a phenomenal performance. What did you were there, so what did you make of that performance?
Honestly, when I was there and watching the fight, I really couldn't tell what was going on because I was just like, come on, George, come on. I think even one time George might have seen me. I was just like, come on, kick his ass, get him. But so I didn't really get to see the whole fight, but you know, I've seen bits and pieces. I still got to go get the tape from the UFC so I can start looking at it and taking a real good look what happened. But, you know, George came out and, you know, I was thinking, man, he's the champion and he's going to step up and he's going to show everybody he's the champion. And he did.
George, BJ's performance versus Shirk was something that we haven't seen in BJ in a very long time, specifically his striking. We got to see that range when once he figures out something, once he figures out your range, there could be an issue. Is that a concern for you, and what did you think of that fight overall in general?
Well, he totally outclassed Sean Shirk. Amazing performance. He's got a very, very quick reaction time, and that's one of his main strengths, I guess. His reaction time is very fast. But I'm not Sean Shirk. I'm Georges St. Pierre, so it's going to be a different story.
BJ, in that first fight that you guys had, lots of controversy. What did you see as being the most controversial aspect of that fight?
The most controversial aspect of that fight, without a doubt, for me, would be how so many takedowns could win a fight. You know, I mean, George can slam me on this ground. It might hurt a little, but you know what I mean? It's not going to be like the ending, like, oh my God, my back, oh, that hurt so much, you know? It's not going to be one of those situations. But it's just how the judging and how the UFC is, and, you know, you have people saying, oh, the wrestler always, you know, will do well if he gets his takedowns and scores his points and pushes them into the fence and all those kind of things. So, I mean, that's just a judging thing. But then again, it's my job to go out there and not let it go to decision. So, you know, honestly, I don't even really remember too much about the first fight. I feel like this is going to be my first fight with George. I don't take anything from that fight because I know George has changed a lot of things, and I think in a lot of ways we probably think the same because we're the two best in the world and we're constantly trying to one-up on each other, you know. So it's like, okay, I see George has improved his jab a little bit when he fought Fitch. George saying, I see BJ improved his jab a little bit, you know. So this is two great minds, you know, going forward with mixed martial arts. But honestly, from the last fight, I don't really take anything from that. You know, I know George is a tough guy, and he's going to be very prepared, and that's all I can take from the last fight.
Now, George, there's no doubt in your mind that you won that fight. You've made that pretty clear to everyone. Why all the controversy?
Well, what I do believe is I lost the first round. I won the second and the third. That's why I do believe. I could argue until tomorrow for that point, but I don't take nothing from that fight. It's going to be two different opponents fighting each other January 31st. Too much improved version of what we were. So it's going to be a different fight.
Now, the last time this was a USA versus Canada battle, you're officially going to become, Canada's number one hated, or the US's number one hated fighter because you're fighting a superstar from Canada. How does that make you feel?
It kind of makes me feel bad a little bit, you know what I mean? Because I really do get a lot of support from Canada and stuff, but I understand this is their native son, you know what I mean? And he's coming there to represent them, and with that said, you know, I can't do nothing about it, you know, so I guess I'll just be number 2 in Canada until January 31st. Then I'll be number 2, but then I'll be number 1, but just not liked still, probably as much, I don't know.
How's this fight going to end?
Honestly, I have no clue how this fight's going to end. I have no clue how this fight's going to start, you know what I mean? But I'm just going to do what it takes to win this fight.
Your thoughts? Still, UFC World Welterweight Champion Georges St. Pierre.
And one thing I was thinking about was you both actually are starting to speak a lot about your legacy. And it's very important to both you guys. You made a right decision after that Hughes fight to change your game. You've known for a while that, you know what, to get further in this career, the money's there. What will a victory over your opponent mean to your legacy?
Exactly. I don't fight for money. I don't fight for fame. I fight for myself. I fight because I love it. I I fight to be known as the best pound for pound of all time. That's what I'm fighting for. And BJ Penn he's the guy right now to beat for me if I want to make this legacy.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I fight for money, and I fight for fame, and I fight for the people of Hawaii. So there it is. That's why I fight.
It's going down in January, UFC 94. The lightweight champ coming up, moving up, taking on the welterweight champ. Thank you very much to Georges St. Pierre and BJ Penn.